hello, all you out there in Radio Land, K6MYC, Delta Mike 07. Beaming towards Santa Cruz for any early check-ins or check-ins almost on time. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC. Are you around tonight, Tom?
K6US.
Good evening, Aaron. Sounding good. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Yeah, I figure I'd catch you real quick while you can hear me. You got a lot of noise in that direction, but I'm making it in. K6US 1079 and 1100. And as per normal, I'll be keeping the log for Rob until he gets done with his other net.
Okay. So far, it's a tough one. 47, 1096, and 1100.
Yep, Roger. Just wrote those down and pulling up the Bozo list right now, and I will follow along. K6US.
Okay, I think we also end up with a late checker inner from Tom. He's doing something else. I think at this time of night, I might just slide up toward Fred in Cupertino and see if he's ready. Usually he says something here, and I can hear him even when I'm pointed towards Santa Cruz.
K6MYC, KD6, that's okay?
Yeah, just like what I said there. Good evening, Fred. KD6SOK, K6MYC. Good evening.
Good evening, Mike. You wouldn't believe what I'm listening to when you're down. I'm listening to Paul McCartney playing live at the Apple campus, which is right down the street from me.
Well, something happened there, Fred. You dropped way down, and I didn't get much of that. Let's just give you a couple of words for a minute or so, and let me see if I can peek on you here, find out what's happening.
Okay, yeah, he dropped out completely as well.
Well, I've got you coming up a little bit now. This may be just band conditions, Fred. Give me some more chatter.
Okay. Well, right now I'm listening to Paul McCartney, you know, the former Beatles. He's at the Apple campus right down the street from me, and I'm listening to a live concert from Paul McCartney, which unannounced it for Apple's 50-year anniversary.
Oh, okay. Is it going on right now, just down the street from you, the Paul McCartney concert?
Yeah, QSL. The Apple campus is about 150 yards from the front of my house. It's about 150 yards away, so I hear any concert loud and clear. And I'm surprised that he's playing here tonight. It was just kind of a little short notice. Boy, it's really loud. Too bad you can't hear it.
Yeah, I just can't seem to get any more out of the band tonight. It's not real red hot yet. I'm copying 100%, but with difficulty. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of weird. Did you say you're very close to the West Valley College? Is that what you said?
Negative. I'm very close to the Apple Computer Campus.
Oh, Apple Computer Campus. Okay, I don't know where that is.
Well, it's over there by Homestead and Chantel.
Homestead and what?
The signal's so bad tonight, Mike. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go listen to the concert from Paul McCartney. Anyway, I'm sure you guys enjoy Paul McCartney playing rock and roll.
Is Paul McCartney still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive, Mike.
Okay. Good. Well, enjoy the concert. Haven't listened to anything from the Beatles for a long time there. All right, 7-3. And we'll look for you Thursday, I guess. KD6SOK, K6MYC. hang on a second, Jim. I just screwed up my Bluetooth.
Norway.
Okay, now I got the Bluetooth back. Let me move up to the antenna. Let's see, 284. That should be awful close, Jim. Go ahead. WB6JNN, go ahead. Where'd you go, Jim? WB6JNN, I heard you. I heard you check in. K6MYC, where'd you go?
K6MYC, 6JNN, Willie Baker 6, Juliet, November.
I have you fine, Jim. Good copy. How copy on me, over?
Now you're doing okay. You were down around S2, S3. Now you're about S7. Anyway, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Just getting you written in here, 285. And Fred was kind of marginal tonight, but you're pretty good. But it seems to be Bath seems to be down a little bit. You're always quite a bit stronger than he is, and usually pretty broad in terms of azimuth, but tonight it's pretty peaky, over.
Are you sure your amplifier is on much? Because you're really down there about S2, S3.
Yeah, I'm not moving anything, it's just the band.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. All right, anyway, good evening. It's really good communication quality tonight. Real core, S1 noise level, S2 and 3 signals, but occasionally you get up to S5 to 7. Oh well, sometimes it's that way. WB6JNN.
Yeah, well, I'm moving the antenna slowly, and you're coming up slowly, a very, very slight improvement. But I don't know whether that's the band coming back or what. But boy, it is flaky tonight. Really flaky conditions. My goodness. Anyway, good to hear you. Let's see, you were working on your antenna stuff yesterday, but it sounded like you had it about as far along as you could get. So what did you end up doing today, over?
I took it easy today. I worked on several different things and didn't do any antenna work, but I'll probably finish that up tomorrow. K6MYC, WB6JNN, 285, and any more chatter that you might need to speak a little bit more, but it's really forward tonight. It's going up and down. WB6JNN. Obviously down there.
No, I hear you. I was just coming back. I went all the way up to 300, and you didn't change. So it's the biggest problem is that the signals are just diffused. There's no real peak anywhere. And I hear Paul in there also. I hear you, Paul. Stand by a second. Anyway, Jim, we won't keep it. I got your comments about tomorrow getting back to antenna work and so on. So we won't keep it. But, boy, the band is in weird shape today. I went all the way up to 300, and right at 300, you dropped away. Normally, when I get into the 290 bracket, you're pretty poor or gone. But I'm hearing you all the way from 270 to 300 tonight. You're just spread all over the map. Hi. 73 WB6JNN, K6MYC, and I'll shoot it over to you, Paul, and I'll see if I can find you a spot, over. it's right on the edge. And again, much like Jim, you're all over. I can go all the way down to 270 before I lose you, and all the way up to 300 before I lose you. So there's no real peak tonight, just a broad spectrum of signal. But it is working in URQ5, and I assume, do you have anybody else to check in, Paul, over?
Yes, I do. Before I forget, I'd like to relay the check-ins for the Clear Lake stations. That would be N1PPP, Dave, and KA60SX. Over.
Yeah, Roger, 336 and 160. We got him. Kent to WA60XX and KA60SX, I should say. And N1PPP 336. Got him. Okay, well, you're marginal. I would, let's hope that the direct path is better. Sometimes the 220 path is gangbusters here. I think last week you were just pounding in on 220. There was a big fade related to it, but boy, when you were up, you were really up, so who knows. Anyway, I'll let you go, and I'll stand by for anybody else in the Bay Area here. It seems like it's going to be a very slim night by the sound of it. Thank you, Paul, and we'll see you up on the direct path. And of course, we might even see you later on 6 meters if you decide to join us. 73 K6 Whiskey India Sugar K6MYC. We'll look for you on the direct path if you can stick around. It shouldn't take too long by the sound of it here. 73 K6 Whiskey India Sugar 637. K6MYC looking for W6PQL or anybody else in the Bay Area for 222. QR's head to Bay Area, K6MYC, W6 Papa Queen London, K6MYC. Well, I'm going to zip down to Santa Cruz for a second here, as long as we got nobody else. There's Santa Cruz, KW6S, KW6S, K6MYC, over. Okay, nobody home. Bay Area, 222, K6MYC, taking check-ins, over. W6PQL, last call before I come back later, K6MYC. Way up to N6RO. Let's see how we're doing with you tonight. N6RO, K6MYC. Oh, for heaven's sake. N6RO, K6MYC. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, Radio Oakley, K6MYC. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO.
I got you. I hear you, Jim. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. The band is not good. One of my antennas not working. We'll give you a report 6 meters, okay?
I'm copying you fine, Jim. Ken, I'm copying you fine. Go ahead. for you on 6 meters, but I may have noise on 6. I've got noise here even on 220, so my neighborhood inverter noise is quite bad tonight. Anyway, we'll catch you on 6 meters and see what happens. N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC 73.
Yeah, see you then.
Okay, up to Roseville, KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta, K6MYC, over. KO6KD, KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, there you are, Mike. I can barely hear you. And you've got a real rough copy on your live stream. It's a bad connection on the live stream, but I did hear you call me. KO6KD, Bozo 776. KO6KD, Bozo 776, checking in here on 220. How copy? Over.
No, 100%, Bill. 100% copy. You started out with a little mobile flutter, but it smoothed out and got good copy on you. KO6KD, K6MYC, with about kilowatt out.
Yep, I heard the whistle. I hear you're copying me. Very good. I don't know. It must just be the band tonight. But
KM6 SRR.
Okay, so the band was in very poor conditions on 40 meters this morning. I tried, but all I heard was Mark and one-way conversations that don't work very well. So I gave it up. We'll try it again tomorrow. But that's it for now. I'll hopefully have better conditions. I'll talk to you on 6 meters if my noise is not here. That's it for now. I'll see you on 6 hopefully. KO6KD, over.
Okay. Solid copy, Bill. Armchair for all practical purposes. KO6KD, K6MYC. No problem. And we'll look for you on 6 meters. We were in there, and Larry was in there for quite a while this morning. I'm surprised you didn't hear Larry. AA7SQ. I started off with Mark, but maybe you gave up before Larry came in. We took a break, and I came back at about 20 after 9, but it was real poor in the beginning with Phil. Phil could not copy me, but Mark was okay. And we chatted for a little bit, but decided to wait for the band to recover. And I came back at 20 after, and Phil was not there. He never came back. Anyway, 7-3. We'll see you on 6 in a few minutes here. KO6KD, K6MYC. How copy on that one?
Roger, copy 100%. I moved the antenna slightly, and your signal came up quite nicely now. I got a good copy on you now. I thought I heard Larry one time, but he was very, very light, so I don't know. Just the way things are going. Okay, enough said. I will get out of the way here, and we'll see you on 6 meters here in a little bit. Thanks for running the net. Thanks to everybody that may be hearing me. Paul, if you're out there, greetings to you as well. K6NYC to Bozo Net,
Yeah, Roger. The path is changing. I'm clear up at 237 for you, so I'm about 9 degrees higher toward the north than normal. But this is where you first peaked, but now you're dropping. 7373, we'll see you on 6. KO6KD, K6MYC. Okay. You want to see if you can say hello to Bill? Go ahead.
Yeah, I could just barely copy him there. KO6KD, KO6KD, if you're copying. WA60IB, over.
Good evening, Ken. Yep, up and down, a little QSB, but good evening. Nice to hear you this evening. Over.
Yeah, you're there, but I can just catch every other word. I did hear my name, so I know you're copying me. Okay, very good. Well, have a great week. 7373, KO6KD, WA60IB. Bye-bye.
Okay, well, maybe we'll get him on 6 meters also here. Okay.
Hi, Paul. How you doing?
Great. Yeah, you're 57 to 59 here in Placerville, Ken. This is K6WIS, just for a signal report.
Yeah, you're S9 here. Just solid as a rock. I'm surprised that I couldn't copy Bill there, but I copied you great.
Good signal here too, Paul. Go ahead.
Oh, good evening again, Mike. Yeah, you're 5x7, much stronger signal than the bounce pass. Yeah, the bounce pass wasn't great this evening, but direct is pretty good now, over.
Yeah, very strong. No problem at all. That seems to be what we've been experiencing here on 222. The direct path is much better. On the other bands, the bounce path is usually better. Anyway, back to you, Ken. Good evening, and good to have you in here. I've been a little bit light tonight. We have not heard Tom. Rob is in here. Good evening, Rob. I haven't haven't called Rob in yet. So you take it, Ken, shoot it to Rob, see if he's copying Bill up there, and then we'll go up to Nevada. WA60IB in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. K6MYC in the gang, WA60IB. And hi to Rob there. Yeah, you betcha. Okay, very good. Oh, check Ralph then, too. I talked to him on 090. A little weak tonight, but we did make a contact. So anyway, he's there. Let's see what else. I guess that's about it. Just trying to get through the week. Lots of things going on. So back up to you, Rob. Yeah, Cam6SR and the gang, and then to Paul, I guess. WA60IB.
Thank you, Ken. WA60IB, KM6SR. Yeah, Mike, check in 432 and 1200. Back to that.
Oh, I got you checked in when I first heard you. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Ken, for just a question, Ken. Richard up there in Nevada, KD6BQ, he's got a 9700. His father is deteriorating up there in Nevada or wherever he lives, and Richard put him into a home. So he took down all his radio equipment, and he's got all the equipment. Long story short, he brought home a 9700 that his dad had bought and was using on just 2 meters. He never had it on a different band. Anyway, we tried it the other night on 432, and he could not hear me. I could hear him with the 70 watts, and he and Daniel communicated, but he told me today on the phone that, or last night, I guess, on 2 meters, that Daniel was really, really weak. And that meant that he's got a blown front end. When he turns the preamp on the 9700, when he's on 432, the background noise goes down. I think we had that with one of mine. And didn't you fix mine? Didn't you put a new device in, Ken?
Yes, I did, and that's exactly what happens when the preamp device blows. Yeah, when you turn the preamp on, the noise goes down. Yeah, he's got a bad front end, and it's got to be in the shop.
Yeah, he may have no warranty on that one. He doesn't know exactly when his dad bought it, but he thinks he bought it right as they came out 5 years ago. So he may not have a warranty on it. And I suggested to him that you had fixed mine. I thought you had, at least, and you confirmed it just now. and you confirmed the description of the failure also. So in the outside chance that we can't find a faster way to get him fixed, he also wants to get on 1296 with us, so it gives him a much better power level. He's only been running 8 watts on 432, and so this gives him 70 watts, and then he would also be able to get a signal up on 1296, which we'd like. Would it be possible for you to do a quick, did you buy any extra devices when you bought the one for me?
Yeah, I've got some devices. It's a booger, you know, I have to get the microscope out and all that stuff. It's a very, very tiny, it's the size of a pinhead. That's how small it is, but I've replaced them on not just yours, but a couple of others too. Other guys have blown the front end, so yeah, they excuse me, they tend to be a little bit sensitive to RF floating around the shack. So yeah, it's possible if you can ship it to me, I can try and replace the device. I don't know how long it'll take. I am so backed up right now, it's crazy.
Well, I didn't volunteer you. All I said was I thought you had fixed mine, and that's all I said. I encouraged him to call ICOM, which he hopefully did today, have a discussion with a technician, confirm that what he told me about the preamp and the noise background going down when you turn the preamp on was, and also let them walk you through any other steps that they might have to test it. But if it's under warranty or just barely under warranty, I thought, look, his father never used it. He never even had a feed line on it, except maybe by accident. But you don't put a PL259 on there by accident because it's a different connector. So his dad never had a 432 antenna up and never hooked up the feed line. So it's one of those things that's old, but it never was used on 432. His dad barely used it on 2 meters. So I thought, you know, appeal to their to their common sense background, even if it's a little bit out of warranty, maybe they can fix it for him. And that was our first choice. So if they turn him down and if it looks like it's going to be very expensive, then maybe we can put it off for a little bit, maybe still get going on 1296, even though 432 isn't working, until you can get an open window there, or we can find somebody else. I also told him to ask ICOM if there was somebody else locally. If they didn't want to fix it under warranty, was there somebody around him there in Nevada that could do it? So I tried to give him every other option other than you, Ken. Over.
Yeah, well, if he needs it, he needs it, and I'll have to do it because I really want to have him on there too. So we'll certainly do it. If the ICOM's going to be unreasonable and whatnot, just have him contact me. I think he's got my. Yeah, we've talked back and forth, and my email's good on QRZ too. So just have him contact me on the email, and we'll work it out.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to have it burden you. You, like you say, are overloaded. You're a good guy, and you take on too many projects as it is. But I know that you're capable of doing it, even though it's a nasty microscope job, so to speak. Anyway, we'll discuss it with him maybe on 6 meters in a few minutes here, if you're still around.
Yeah, I'll be here. Go ahead. Continue on with the net, and I'll move over to 6 with you guys. WA60RB, back to net.
Okay, is there anybody else on 220 in this direction that's hearing us? Please check in now, otherwise we're going to Nevada, K6MYC. Okay, Nevada, and you're only going to have Daniel. Talked to Daniel a few hours ago, and he's going to be there. There we are toward Daniel. This should be just about down your throat, Daniel. KE7UQL, KE7 Uniform, Quebec, London, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net calling and listening. Okay, you sound like you're underwater, but we've got you, and you're Q5, but barely. Anyway, good to hear you. Good to hear you. Thanks for coming up here. and working us. I'll see if Ken or anybody else is hearing you there. KE7UQL, Nevada, K6MYC. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, very good. KE7UQL. Good evening, Daniel. 25 copy, about an S2, not real strong, but you're out of the noise, so that's what counts. KE7UQL, WA60IB.
Hello, WA60IB, KE7UQL. Good evening to you, over.
Yeah, okay. At least you can hear me anyway. All right, very good. Well, good to hear you. Good to hear you. You have a good week, and I had something else in my mind I was going to say to you, but oh well. Anyway, take care. Have a good week. KE7UQL, WA60IB. Bye-bye.
Okay, Rob, anything on your side?
Nope, not hearing anything. Thank you, Mike.
Okay, very good. Rob and his whole oops are not hearing you tonight, Daniel, so we'll just have to give it away. 73s, and we'll look for you tomorrow. We will look for you tomorrow on 1296, and hopefully we can make contact with you. I think we will. And, of course, there's an outside chance that you might hear W6QUI on 1296. Who knows? Hi. 73, Daniel. KE7UQL, Carson City area, K6MYC. Boy, he's even lost me. 73, Daniel, 73.
Good night, Daniel. Well, he responded to me anyway. He's still copying me a little bit, maybe. All right, take off now.
Okay. I think I'm going to go back to Santa Cruz one more time, Rob, and then we'll go to 6. Here we go.
I'm going to head for 6 now.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Ken said he's going to 6 now, and I said, Roger.
Okay, let's try it again. Santa Cruz, KW6 Sugar. Oh, wait a minute. 222. He's broken. I don't know what I'm doing. I keep forgetting he doesn't have a system on 222. His antenna feed line's broken. So we're done, Rob. I guess we can go right over to 6. You want to give me a count? Oh, you can't. That's okay. Maybe Aaron, can you give me a count?
Aaron passed on the numbers to me, Mike. Got 15.
15. Okay, very good. Thank you. We'll see you on 6.
Alrighty, here we go to 6, K6US.
I heard your CW, Richard, WA60IB.
Yeah, good evening, Ken, WA60IB, KD6BQ, number 249.
Here, 249, K6MYC.
Yeah, yep, I got you, Richard. Yeah, you're a little light for me tonight, but anyway, good to hear you. And we'll see if we can chat. We'll resort to some email or something. K86BQ, WA60IB, back to net. Thank you, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike, do it louder.
Yeah, good evening, Richard. Band is really chopped up here. You're all broken up with the QSB, but a pretty good signal strength. It's just all chopped up. I don't know what's causing this in the weather pattern. I can't make any head nor tail of it, but we've had it now for 3 nights on 3 different bands here, so very odd. But it's certainly disturbing, and the bands are not good under any condition. None of the bands have good propagation, and they're all, what little is there is all chopped up with lots of funny QSB and stuff, watery or chopped up or motorboating or something. Back to you, Richard. Good evening to you. And obviously you connected with Ken a little bit. Obviously, did you have any luck getting a hold of ICOM today about the 9700 432 problem?
I picked up the ICOM's number in the service thing, and I got a message to him since it was after hours. We'll hopefully talk to him tomorrow and see what they say, whether it needs to be sent in or whether something else is going on. So anyway, and yeah, a lot of chop on the signal tonight, a lot of fast weather there. Over.
Yeah, it sounds horrible. Okay, well, Ken confirms, because he did fix mine, and when you turn the preamp on, the noise goes down. That's every indication that the preamp is blown. So for whatever reason, that's what your problem is. That's why you're not hearing. So there you go. You should still have that conversation with ICOM and try your best to get them to repair it. It's a microscope job. It's a teeny little device, very difficult. Ken can do it. He's done 2 or 3, but just buried with other jobs that he's got to get done right now. So if we can have it done up there at ICOM, that would be better. Back to you, Richard, and then we'll look and see who else might be up there. KD6BQ, K6MYC, and then we'll take a standby for Rob also.
982's here.
Mike, and thanks again. I appreciate it. It's good to have an idea of what's happened, and that is exactly what the system did. We turned the preamp on, and the noise just goes way down. So anyway, thanks for that, and we'll let you know what they say there at ICOM. K6MYC and the KD6BQ.
Okay, very good, Richard. How about you, Rob? Be copying him? KM6SRR. Are you here, Rob?
Yeah, I'm here, Mike. No, I didn't have the antenna right up there where it should be. I'm busy trying to catch up on the log.
All 15 check-ins?
Well, I'm trying to write down numbers and the call signs and names and all that. So I've got the 6 meter here. We got, 7, 8 people already.
Well, I don't know. Do we?
Yeah, I heard Mike in there, and let's see, somebody else too.
Who, Mike 727, Mike?
982.
I got Darrell. I have you, Darrell. 727. Are you here, Mike?
Yes, sir, I am here.
727. We got you. How about Bill? Is he here?
Bill is probably not here.
Okay.
He hasn't shown up on 6 for quite a while.
K6US.
KJ6TYO.
KG6TYO, we've got you. Good evening to you, and I heard you, Aaron, as well. Got you logged in. Over to you, Ron. KJ6TYO, I think that's right. K6MYC.
Oh, yeah, you're good, Mike. You got it. Yep, 109 checking in. Good evening.
Okay. How about Ben? Ben, are you in here tonight? WSB6GBS, K6MYC. No, Ben. Who else in the San Joaquin Valley here? I'm beaming, where am I? I'm beaming north, though. I'm beaming toward Nevada. We've got Richard in here. I don't think there's any other, I don't think Eric up there, N7VAZ, has anything on 6. But you might take a standby up there, Richard, and see if there's anybody else that's on. We haven't heard Larry for a long time. KD6BQ, I should say. K6MYC. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, thanks, Mike, and you're loud right now. Anybody else around in Nevada want to check into the 6 meter Bozo Net? Now's your chance. Give Mike a call, KD6BQ.
Just
up here.
Nothing here either, Richard, so we'll let you go. Thanks very much for popping in here. At least you made the connection with Ken, so we know he knows what you got, and we've pretty much confirmed that you've got a blown preamp. Worst case, you could still get going on 1296 while we're waiting for Ken to get cleared up a little bit if you can't get it fixed up there quickly. I would ask ICOM also, is there somebody local around you there in Nevada that could also fix it? Ken has the devices, I think, when he bought them. They're little tiny things about the size of a pinhead. And he bought a couple of extras. I think he bought 5 or 6 of them. Anyway, so he's got the devices, but yeah, they're just a bitch to change and take in and put a new one in. So he'd rather have ICOM do it, obviously. Okay, so there you go. Let's see, anybody else north, anybody else copying me here on 6 meters before we start moving the antenna towards Sacramento? K6MYC. All quiet. Okay, 7-3 for now, Richard, and we'll see you on Wednesday. KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Yeah, 7-3, Mike, and thanks for the help, and yeah, we'll let you know what ICOM says there. So, and thank you, Ken. I'm just curious, is this a pretty common problem with this radio, or is just something happened to this one?
Well, there's been several of them that have had that problem. There's a couple of guys out there that I hear talking about it, and they're not going to get them fixed because they just give up the band and just use it on the other band. So, but anyway, let's see what happens. And like Mike says, I do have the devices, and I've got all of this stuff to do it, the microscopes and all that kind of stuff. It's just got to get out a bunch of equipment to do it, but it can be done. And they are kind of sensitive to stray RF, but like when Mike was saying that your dad never even put an antenna on there, that puzzles me. That it may have been bad right from the get-go. Who knows? KD6BQ, WA60IB.
Appreciate it. And yeah, we'll keep you posted on what they say. I can get a message back tomorrow.
Yeah, by the way, I'm good on QRZ as I think you have my email anyway. I think we've talked before on email. So just let me know.
Roger, will do, and thank you. Yeah, I do have your email.
All righty, WA60IB. Thank you, Mike.
Okay, well, I would push ICOM to fix it, and hopefully for under warranty, because it never was even wired up on 432. Maybe you can get them to give you a break on that, since it's your father's, and he didn't ever have any even antenna up for 432, so have no idea how it got blown. All right, 7-3. KD6BQ, K6MYC, coming down toward KR6MR.
759, KR6MR. Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, dit. And good evening to you, John. I'm not even pointed at you, and we got propagation, so it sounds pretty good to you tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Mike. I've been listening to you since you started the net coming in nice and strong.
Catching my log up here.
4.
Oh, there's.
Hi. Okay, I'm here tonight.
Yeah, we got you, Ben. 694. I called you in a little bit earlier, but we didn't hear you. Anyway, hang in there a second. Let me finish up with John up there in Meadow Vista. You might point toward about 335. Almost north, and you should hear John there, KR6MR in Meadow Vista. KR6MR, go ahead, John. How are you doing? And hopefully we'll be seeing you tomorrow night on 1296. KR6MR, K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, 1296. Got a bill of laden from Q5 Signal. They fixed the amplifier. They replaced one of the 2 modules in it. And I'm hoping he'll send the bad one back so I can dig into it and look at it. But he says that the amplifier is good and will be shipped shortly.
I I'm not sure I understood what you said. You say the amplifier is good, nothing's blown in it?
No, one of the modules, one of the two RF modules blew. He replaced it. Well, I knew that because it was only drawing half current. So he replaced the module, and he checked it all out, said everything's fine now, and I'll be getting it back sometime this next week.
Oh, very good. So they're moved on it very quickly. I'm glad that they could do that for you. That's wonderful. Oh, that'll be good. In a week or two, we'll be able to work you with a little more goo. Well, that's good. Thank you for that information. And that's what you had deducted, that maybe one of the devices had blown, and obviously it was a good analysis. KR6MR, K6MYC for your final, John.
Okay, Mike. Well, I will try my best to warm up the airwaves and talk to you on 1296 with my little 10 watts. We'll see what happens. Until then, have a good evening, and back to net. KR6MR, good evening.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what's going on with my neighbor's inverter here. It's just terrible. It's running about S9. Luckily, you're stronger. It's brutal. Okay, well, let's see. Hopefully, I'll be able to copy Bill through that. Let me see. KO6KD. I wonder if you're copying me here, Bill. KO6KD. K6MYC. Over. John, can you confirm that Bill is even there? Go ahead, John.
Mike, you just doubled with Bill. Bill is there. KR6MR back to net. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, well, you might call him. Can he copy you on 6? Anybody else in this direction for 6 meters, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net? Well, let's see, how about Ken? Ken, let's see if I can copy you through my terrible noise here. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC, looking at S5, over. Well, I'm running power here, so he isn't hearing me either. I would be able to tell if he was in there, even though I might be ready copy. N6RO, N6 Radio Ontario, K6MYC. Okay, let me try the Bay Area, Bozo Net, K6MYC, 6 meter Bozo Net, over. Well, gee, I know I'm transmitting, I know I'm on the right band, and I know I'm on the right frequency. What happened here? Where is everybody? Bay Area, Bozo Net, K6MYC. Long calls, please, guys. Boy, this is going to be a short net, Rob.
Yep, I'm going to have to replace my speaker.
Oh, the whistle?
Yeah, I had to turn it up real loud to try to hear those guys up in the Sacramento area.
What are you using for a receiver here?
9100 ICOM.
Oh, it should have no change in amplitude from a weak background noise. My background noise is the same level as the signal, but when the signal comes in, it crushes the background noise down, but the audio output never changes.
Well, I get lots of background noise too, so I turn it up to here. Anyway, I'll keep it down.
Oh no, maybe your RF gain isn't all the way up. Are you running RF gain wide open?
I don't know.
Well, you have to have the RF gain all the way up, otherwise that defeats the AGC, over.
Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't had time to fuss with these things. We'll find out.
Well, the RF gain is on the same knob with the volume. Usually it's the outer knob of the two, over.
Yeah, it's in the middle. Otherwise, I get too much noise, I think it was.
Well, no, you got to have too much noise. That's why you don't have any AGC. Yeah, RF gain should be up all the time unless you've got somebody that's absolutely stronger than I am crushing you. Try running it all the way up and then just run the background noise down to where it's comfortable or low-level background noise. And then when I talk, it shouldn't get much louder, but I should quiet the background noise.
Well, beyond 3/4 up, it cuts you out.
I'm sorry, what's that?
When I turn it up past 3/4 all the way to the right, it cuts you off, and your voice goes away.
That's because it's squelching.
Oh, is this a squelch thing that you got? Oh, is this an... You're not 9700. Oh, this is another ICOM radio. Maybe they got the RF gain and the squelch together. Is that it?
I don't know, Mike. We don't have time for the net to do talking about this. Go ahead with the net.
Who else broke in and said that? That was probably the right comment. It's like the 9700, right?
That's correct. Yep. You got to run it halfway up.
Well, I run it right up to the point where it squelches, and I back off just a tad so the squelch doesn't keep popping on and off. And that's where I run it. That's maximum RF gain. RF sensitivity is the word they use.
Straight up at 12 o'clock is max RF gain.
Well, that's assuming you don't have a preamp or something.
No, it's still max RF gain on that circuit.
Okay.
Any further up and you're starting to get into the squelch mode. That's the way ICOM does this.
Okay, because my 9700 is very defined. It's a very hard squelch. It's either on the squelch or off. If I get it too close to the squelch off, then it's turning off and on just with little noise variations. But if I just drop below that a little bit, it holds beautifully. Anyway, I got the picture, so I see what you're doing, Rob. But I don't know why he's having so much audio output problems with his radio. Why would my whistle or my voice be so much louder than anybody else's, Ken, over?
I don't know. I'd have to be there to see what he's doing. Let's continue on. We can talk about this later. WA60IB.
Yeah, I know, but it's been an ongoing problem, and he always complains when I whistle. And we haven't fixed it for months now. That's why I wanted to see if you had any ideas. Okay. I wonder if he's got his RF gain is in fast AGC or medium. He should be in medium or auto AGC, right?
I typically run in auto. Yeah, medium or auto. Yep.
Okay. So if you can find the AGC controls you want to be in with medium or auto turned on, Rob. With that, we'll get back and do the net, but there's nobody here to talk to, so I don't think I was wasting any time here. We've got 0 out of the Bay Area so far.
It fell off into the ocean.
It did. Let's see, KAW6S. Let me move down to Santa Cruz.
5 MPD 1129.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mario. I thought you would come in. I did stand by there. KO6IQR 1189. Go ahead. Whoever it was. was that called in? I think that was you, Mario. Go ahead.
That was Brett, Mike, N5NPD.
Oh, was it? 11:29. I wasn't expecting it. Good evening, Brett. N5NPD. Go ahead.
Oh, I know. Weren't expecting it at all. It's almost my bedtime here. Good evening.
Good evening, and what have you been up to?
Oh, working. That's all I've been doing. Grandkids came from Texas 2 weeks ago, and we traveled up north and came back down, and yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, is it Bozo 11:29 or 12:29?
11:29.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 11 looked right, but then it just wasn't sure. Okay, 11:29, we got you. And boy, oh boy, did you go back to work or something? Is that why you're going to bed so early?
Oh, I'm still working. Haven't retired yet, but maybe this year.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I got the impression that you didn't have an early bedtime requirement or need. You must be getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning then, huh?
5 a.m.
Arg. Okay, that's bedtime for me.
Oh, wow. That's way late.
Okay, anyway, great to hear you. You surprised me, and I've got so much noise in the shack. My neighbor with his inverter is just crushing me, so I can hardly recognize anybody's voice on here. I got the blanker on full bore, and it's just garbling everybody. So my apologies for not recognizing your voice. You do have a distinctive enough voice when it's clear, but when it's garbled with S9 noise, it's different. Good evening to you, Brett. Great to hear you. Hopefully we'll hear you on 2 meters one of these days, too. N5NPD, K6MYC.
Bob here, directly to you.
I think you dealt with the tail end of mine. I was a little bit slow on getting your call out. N5NPD, go ahead for your final, K6MYC.
No problem, Mike. Have a great evening. We'll catch you next time. K6MYC, N5NPD.
7-3. Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area, W6PQL or anybody, K6MYC. Sounds like everybody's suffering from noise. I should hear AB6SR, I should hear WB6WNI, I should hear W6PQL, I should hear K6KLY, I should hear KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Anybody?
I'm out, guys. See you later, WA6OIB.
Okay, Ken, thanks much, and thanks for talking to Richard there. Thank you. Hey, Ken, just before you go, do you have any idea what our 2M1K2s are selling for on the used market?
Boy, I sure don't. No. Somebody looking for one?
Yeah, Eric down there. I said I have 3 of them. I don't know how I ended up with so many. I actually have 4. Or 3 anyway, but I'm going to sell one of them because there's no point in sitting here doing nothing and not making good RF on the airwaves. But I didn't know what to price it at. I don't want to overprice it for him, and I told him anything he finds on the market, if he gets a price for me, I'll go under it. Over.
Yeah, I haven't looked around at all. You know, it's been a long time. Am I going to have to fire those things up, make sure they're doing all right? I'd be glad to do that.
I'm sorry, what was your last comment?
You want me to fire them up and make sure they're in good shape? That's what, they may be sitting there because there's something wrong with them.
No, there's nothing wrong with them. Rob had one for a while, and Matt's was here, and I've got one up on the shelf that does moon bounce for 2 meters, and so then there's, I think at least 2 or 3 of them. At least one to sell, and maybe more, who knows. All right, no worries. They could be fired up in this shack, so if you were up here for some reason, we could hook them up real fast. I've got the whole setup right here with the power supply and the FT100 and all that stuff. It's the same setup as at work. Over.
Right, gotcha. Okay, well, if I can help, I'll be glad to come up there. I've been up there in a long time, if I'm due. WA6OIB, gonna go bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye, 7-3, say hi to Gwen.
Good night, Ken.
Good night, Rob. Take care.
Okay. go down to Santa Cruz and see if Tom is there.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, well, okay. I called you on 220. You weren't there for some reason.
No, I wasn't. If it goes too much longer, I'm not even going to be there in spirit anymore.
I'm not pushing it, but I forget every week. I just think, well, I got to get Tom first. He's the first up the last going up or going down, one or the other. Anyway, good to hear you here, and hope everything was okay for your contest weekend there, over.
Yeah, everything held together, and I don't take it real serious, but I get in there and have a really good time, trying to bust pile-ups when I can, and trying to sneak in when I can. Just enjoy it a lot. And quite a few of the locals here, including Lee, got on and made a pretty good showing. And yeah, it was all in all good fun, but I was kind of beat at the end of the end. I didn't think I was going to beat my previous year's score until about the last 15 minutes. I saw I could do it, and I cranked through another, I think, well, it must have been a little longer than that, because I cranked through another probably 20 or so contacts right at the closing bell.
Yeah, okay, good. Ken up there, N6RO, and his team made 6,000 contacts, over.
Yeah, well, that's more than one of them at a time. You know, that's what a big multi-station's all about and what it's designed for.
Yeah, and they still were only fifth or so in the U.S. Still a good showing, but the bands, the upper bands weren't all that good. Lower bands were fine. I got on and made 2 contacts. I got to tell you, 2. I worked Latvia, Lima Tango on, or Lima Yankee on Lima, I can't remember now what the call was, Lima Tango or Lima Yankee anyway. Worked him on backscatter out of the Pacific on 20 meters. I thought, where in the hell is this guy? He's so strong from the Pacific. I was down there looking for a friend of mine in Australia, so I hear him calling CQ right on the net right on the calling frequency for my buddy. So I called the guy. I said, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm in Latvia." And he says, "You're 5 and 9." And he said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm in California, but I'm beaming to the Pacific." So anyway, I never did hear my friend, so I turned around at about 2 minutes. So he was calling CQ and not getting any answers. He's 20 over 9 on the forward side. I called him and he said, "Wow, you turned. What'd you do? Turn around?" Yeah, you're 20 over. Big signals from Latvia. And then I went over to 40 and worked a 9 Alpha for contact number 2. 9 Alpha in Croatia, or 9 Alpha 4, I guess it was. And that was 20 over on 40. So both those bands were gangbusters. Huh?
Yeah, I did better on 40 than I usually do, and I'm pretty pathetic on 40. I've got half of a trapped inverted V, but on a small city lot. But I think I had 75 contacts or something on 40, and when I get up early in the morning, I can usually run a string of JAs, and usually I get some Indonesian stations as well, but not so much this year on 40. KW6S.
Yeah, very good. Rob, are you copying Tom tonight?
Sure, how you doing, Tom? KW6S, KM6SR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Good evening, Rob. Yeah, we're just, I don't know if you ever get into on the contesting stuff or not, but I got to switch parts of the spectrum for the weekend. KM6SR, KW6S.
Yeah, I do once in a while, but I usually just don't have enough time. Right now, it's a lot of fire prevention disking I'm doing, so keeps me busy, and the tractor broke today, so I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, We'll keep the contacts going on the VHF here. KM6SR or KW6S?
Sounds good to me, Tom. Thanks for being there. KM6SR, back to you, Mike.
Okay, anybody else in here tonight? We're really, really light. You're the only guy in the Bay Area, all up and down the coast over there that we've heard. We could even get N6RO. I'm going to go back and call him just before we quit here. But really light night. Nobody's there tonight, Tom. KW6S, maybe AF6 United is here. How about you, Lee? No, Lee either.
Boy, he was on our 10-meter net earlier, but he did, I think this was one of his first contests where he really put some time in the chair, and I think maybe it was a little physically demanding of him, which it always is for me as well. Anyway, I will catch you tomorrow night, I think. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, it must have been demanding because you guys, neither one of you checked in last night on 2 meters. We still got 44 check-ins, but I thought it was a light night until we added everybody up. So what made it better is we had a couple of stations in the Bay Area that haven't checked in for 4 or 5 years. And all of a sudden they came out of nowhere the same night. Can you believe that?
Yeah, well, something picked up the interest, you know. You never know. We had a few people that haven't checked in on our 10 o'clock, or I mean our 10-meter net. We had a few people check in that check in infrequently, so maybe something kind of stirred things up.
Yep, who knows? Anyway, 7-3 for now. We'll look for you on 1296 tomorrow. Looks like Richard up there in Nevada in DMO9 will be on 1296 before too long. He got a 9700 from his father. His father didn't pass away, but he's now in a home. And Richard spent last week taking his station apart and became the proud owner of all of his equipment, including a 9700. Unfortunately, the 9700 we tried on a 432 and it transmitted, but it didn't hear. It's got a blown preamp, and his dad never even hooked a feed line onto it on 432. So we're a little bit puzzled by that, but we pretty well confirmed the preamp is gone. He couldn't hear me at all, and he could barely hear Daniel, which is 20 miles apart. So Daniel said, "Oh no, you should be hearing me real loud. You're crushing me over here," and he could barely hear Daniel. So it definitely got no front end on 432. So we're trying to get him fixed there, but at least it'll probably work out for him on 1296. It would be good if he can get something up there and give us 2 stations to try and work in DMO9 there. Back to you, K6MYC. Go ahead, Tom.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yes, I have a IC705 that I blew the preamp on 2 meters. It covers the FM broadcast band and 2 meters, and the aircraft band. And I ordered some of the parts from DigiKey, which is kind of weird. It was like they were $4 and something each, or I could get 10 of them for $9. So I think I got 10 of them, and it looks like a piece of coarse ground pepper that you'd put on your dinner. And I do have hot air machine here, and I've been practicing on surplus boards to go in and change that IC. I think it's the same one that's on the 9700. There seem to be quite a bit of the same parts that I was checking, but it doesn't look like a part that you'd want to change unless you were really into the really tiny stuff with hot air probably. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. That sounds like the same part Ken was talking about. Ken OIB over here can has repaired mine. Mine blew somehow, and 2 or 3 others. He's fixed at least 3, and he knows of others that have blown on 432. So there's something wrong with that circuit. As far as Richard knows, his dad never even hooked a feed line up. He doesn't even have an antenna for 432. He only uses it on 2 meters up there. So it's a question how the hell the thing ever got blown. He wasn't running high power anywhere. He wasn't doing anything anywhere. I mean, even if you hooked the wrong feed line onto it, you couldn't hurt it. And you can't put a PL259 into an end connector, so it's hard to even put the wrong cable on there. Anyway, who knows? Anyway, we're trying to get Richard fixed. But he also has 1296, so he's anxious to get that going as well. So there you go. We did talk to, as I told you yesterday, I think. No, you didn't. I was going to tell you. I gave the amplifier on Friday to Ron, W6QUI, the 1296 100-watt amp, and he says it takes 6 watts and it makes 120 out. So he was very happy with that. It's all functioning, and he should be on Tuesday night with 120 watts on 1296. So there you go. Maybe you can even work him there. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. You worked him on other bands, so it's possible that you have a path there. So you should be aware of that on Tuesday night. Ron will be on there. Just before I come to you, if you listen to the stream, you'll know that he's on there. And I can make a point of telling him or reminding him to point up more towards Santa Cruz. KW6S for your final K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I will, there was another ham there. I don't think it's ham, but there was another ham down in that area that I would always work in the contest pretty easily when they would point their antenna up along the coast there. But I would certainly like to give it a try. We moved our Tuesday lunch to Tuesday happy hours, so depending in dinner. So there's a chance I might get home too late for 1296, but I'll try to keep on it here and keep that rolling away. And with that, I'll hopefully hear you tomorrow night. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, well, let's hope so. You say you might not make it on 1296 tomorrow?
Yeah, we used to always go out for lunch on Tuesdays, and now we've kind of changed it to Tuesday evening. But we kind of go for a local place for a happy hour, and depending on how long that drags on, depends on whether I'm going to make the net or not.
Okay, well, don't try to drive your car on the side like Tiger Woods did, okay?
Oh, I don't do that sort of thing.
You have a driver to do that for you, huh?
No, I just make sure I'm in good condition.
I'm kidding. Oh, boy. That poor guy. I feel sorry. He's got, he's a billionaire. He could have a driver, but he likes to be independent, and he doesn't want to know where he's going, and doesn't want other people to follow him or know where he's going. I don't know if that's paranoia or just because he's bedraggled with fans that want to have an autograph or whatever. Anyway, I feel sorry for Tiger. He was a celebrity when he was 8 years old, when his dad taught him how to putt, and I don't know if he ever grew into the stature that he's at today. Over.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. If that was my situation, I'm pretty sure I would have maybe multiple drivers if I was concerned about my privacy, and I'd just send them all out, and I'd only be in one of them.
Like Air Force One and Air Force 1A. Huh?
Yeah, I've seen that situation played out before.
Yeah. Well, who knows? I think he just likes the independence. He probably is a very good driver. He's very athletic, so he's probably skilled driving, but not when you're under influence of, I don't know if it was alcohol this time. It might be something else. He still has pain left over from a previous situation. So who knows what he was on, but didn't help him. And everybody, without exception, is saying, please, Tiger, we love you. Just don't drive anymore, okay? 7-3, Tom. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And if not, we'll get you Wednesday. KW6S, K6MYC, standing by for your final, and then listing for anybody else that wants to check into the Bozo Net on 6 meters here.
Very good, Mike. I'll just turn it back to you and try to catch you tomorrow night or Wednesday night for sure. K6MYC, KW6S. Good night.
Good night, Tom. I'm going back into the Bay Area. Bay Area Bozo Net, 6 meters. Check in, please. Well, I heard, is that 756? Is that 776, 775, or who is that?
Good evening, Kerry. 712.
712. I can barely hear Kerry. Good evening, Kerry. Give me a little more chatter. I'm pointing at you now.
Roger, Roger. Signal's coming up. I'm here. Got here late, but better late than never.
Yep, that's for sure. Better late than never. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm totally confused on what the Senate and the House of Representatives are doing on this DHS bill and also the SAVE Act. They got me completely confused. I get different stories depending on who you listen to. So I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Well, it's apparent that Thune is not willing to work. They did a late night voting and got the heck out of Dodge, but they still won't recess the Senate so that Trump can make recessed appointments. So that should tell you what's going on.
I didn't get the part about recessed appointment. I forgot about that he can make recessed appointments when they won't appoint otherwise. But maybe he's got still a few cabinet or a few people that he needs to appoint that they've never given him a break on. But no, I was concerned about the. What I heard from Matt Morris was that the Democrats passed the bill that funded DHS, but defunded, or they can't defund. That's the part that baffled me. Supposedly doesn't pay ICE, but ICE paid through 2029. So I don't know how they could not pay ICE and all. But they supposedly funded the other one, but then the Republicans are gone. If they knew they were going to do that, and if this was a trick by Thune to either not get it done or get it done, Matt Morse was very much negative on Thune. He thought he betrayed everybody. But if the ICE is already funded, then he didn't hurt anything. That's the part I can't understand.
Well, there's a little bit more to it, as always. He was trying to, there were provisions in there to permanently defund ICE and Border Patrol. And like I said, he did it, they did this deed in the late hours of the night, and they got out of town. And they also would not recess the Senate so that Trump could make appointments. And there's a whole string of people that he has in the waiting that he needs to get appointed, and they didn't appoint him. And so he's a bad guy, and I think it's a big exposure for him.
Yeah, that's what it's appearing to be. That Thune is not playing the tune here. Okay, I don't want to drag this out, but I just thought if you had any thoughts on that. Maybe we should chat tomorrow on the phone. I don't have anything going tomorrow in the morning. How about you?
I should be here. As far as I know, I'm clear right now.
and will do. I'll give you a twisted pair.
Okay, either that or I will. Very good. 7-3, good to hear you in here. Thanks for coming in. Better late than never. We're really thin on 6 meters tonight. I'm going to go up to Ken, N6RO, one more time and see if he's there, and then we're going to call it.
Roger, roger. Okay. 73, Rob. Thanks for the shout out.
Okay, Kerry. Good to hear you there. KC5DTU, KM6SR.
Okay, N6RO, last call. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC, calling and listening. KG6 something, very, very tough copy because I have terrible noise. So repeat it slowly and give me your Bozo number a couple of times. Over. 107. I didn't get a single thing out of that. Please repeat it phonetically as best you can, and repeat it. I can piece it together that way. Maybe you could call him in, Rob.
Yeah, I was trying to go to where I heard him, but he didn't talk anymore. Whoever's trying to check in, please come again. We'll try to find you, and then we can hear you there. This is KM6SR. Go ahead.
You've just got to say it more than once. I'm only hearing part of a call one time. We're hearing you, but you got to repeat it. I've got terrible noise, and you're very, very weak. So we want to check you in. We want to hear you, but you got to do it according to weak signal rules here. Over. Oh, 145. Is this up there from KD6SW all the way from Reading? You're bounding in there now. Good evening, Rich. KD6SW, K6MYC, over. Give me a confirmation. I heard 145. Go ahead. Yeah, he's not hearing me now. That's weird. I make an RF. KD6SW, we have your 145. Roger on 145. Roger.
Hey, Mike, I think it's 1145.
Well, keep calling him then. See if you can get him to answer us. If he just gives it once, I'm not going to get it.
Is that John, W6WZZ? Go ahead and call again.
Okay, let's try it this way. W6WZZ, W6 Whiskey Zulu. Is that you, John? Well, he keeps coming back, Rob. Did you get anything?
Well, where I'm getting him is very weak. When I try to peek on him and he gets a little stronger, my noise goes crazy, so I just can't copy it.
Yeah, I have the same problem, W6WZZ. All I need is Rogers or negative. Just give me Rogers. W6WZZ. Is that you, John? Over. I got a quiet location for my noise here. Try it now. K6MYC, Bozo Net. Go ahead. When I get quiet where I can hear, then he doesn't hear me. K6MYC back toward N6RO up the valley here. And maybe it's, I don't think it's Merle, 1134, but I don't think that's a Merle in there, is it? I could swear I heard 145, but you're right, it could have been 1145. Who is that? Who's 1145, Rob?
That's John, W6WZZ.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pointed at John now. John, if you're in there, please give it another try. Keep trying. It's just that we've got terrible, terrible inverter noise from my neighbor tonight. I don't know why it's so bad, but it is, and I can't do anything about it. I got the blanker on, and it's still S7. W6WZZ, K6MYC, over. Well, this buzzing noise has a little break in it. If they would just talk long enough, I get a little break where the noise stops for a half a second, and I could copy right through that for you. But I'm not getting them to repeat enough to try it. I guess they gave up, Rob, over.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, Mike. When I was hearing it, it must have been some kind of a bounce or something, because it's not where John normally is. I was hearing him, but pointing directly at him, I'm not hearing anything but noise.
Okay, well, somebody came in just as you picked it up, so the station that tried again. Unfortunately, Rob did not hear you and covered you. Please try it again. I heard you that time, but you got covered by a very strong station locally here. Rob and I are only 5 miles apart, so we kill each other. K6MYC Bozo Net listening. Go ahead, go ahead. I hear the tone. Can you send CW? Okay. Well, I appreciate your patience. I wish that we could do better. I just don't know what to tell you. If you just sat there and repeated your call sign or your Bozo number 10 or 15 times, I'm sure we'd get it. Somewhere in there I would be able to copy it, because I have little tiny breaks. I have little tiny breaks in this horrible noise that I have, and then all of a sudden it clears up for half a second or so, and I can hear you through that. One more try, and then we'll call it a night. K6MYC. Okay, here's another direction where my noise goes away. Maybe if you can hear me here, you can try it now. Try it now. I have no noise in this direction. Over, over. Unfortunately, you're also weak. I heard 2 words, but I didn't get either one of them. Right off the side of the noise. Let's try again. Try again. Try again. K6MYC. I'm trying to get you on some sort of a bounce here. I'm going to go south toward LA where I have no noise. K6MYC calling and listening. Over.
Copy, UB6JNT.
I hear you, Dane. Were you calling in?
No, but now that I'm in, everything's fine, and we'll catch you later. K6MYC, WB6JNT, course code 107.
Okay, was that you calling in for the last 5 minutes here?
I tried calling in, and then I sure tried to get somebody else, so I took the dogs out, and now I'm back.
Okay, well, no, we've been hearing somebody steadily in here, and they're trying, but they don't stay long enough for us to wait for the noise burst to stop. Anyway, good evening to you. Thanks for checking in. 107, we got you.
Okay, did you get me checked in for last night?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we had a whole bunch of check-ins at the same time. Unfortunately, when you check in, sometimes you don't hear them, but we might have 4 or 5 people that we're sort of rounding up and talking to, and then by the time I get through that, I forget.
That's okay. I'm used to that. E6MYC. We'll catch you later. WB6JNT.
Yeah, thank you, Dane. I know that you can't hear all those other folks unless you have the stream on. If you had the stream on, you know what I'm dealing with. 73 WB6JNP K6MYC. Now, is there anybody else in here while I'm pointed to a dead zone for no noise? K6MYC Bozo Net. Check-ins, please. Nothing heard here, Rob. All right, let's call it. What do you got for a count?
Well, let me count. Hang on.
About 15, I think.
Yep, 15 right on the button, not including the guy we couldn't quite make out.
Okay. Boy, oh boy. Squeaky. All right, good night, Rob. Thanks for the help. Sorry it was a jumble tonight. Nobody at all in the Bay Area. That's really freaky. But it may be that I was just losing them in the noise. I don't know how much of the signals are being obliterated by this terrible noise. I haven't had it this bad for 6 or 8 months. So it's just been coming up worse and worse the last couple of days. So I don't know why it's getting worse. Nothing's changed weather-wise or anything. Maybe it's something to do with humidity. If it rains tomorrow night, maybe it'll go away, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's got something that's on the way out, and it's just getting progressively worse.
Well, I've seen it do this before, but it's been a long time ago. Anyway, I'm going to spin around and get ready for the morning here. This is toward the Bay Area, the LA area and Visalia, W6PYP, W6LAD, AA6S, and others. Anybody down south for 6-meter Bozo Net, K6MYC. Spot 22 degrees, just 20 degrees east of north. Is anybody copy me here? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net. Nothing. All right, good night, Rob. Take care. K6MYC Bozo 47 and Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, closing the 6-meter Bozo Net on 50.140 on 3/29/26. It's 29th today, right, Bob?
No, it's the 30th, and I recounted. I got 16 total.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, 16. Okay, I should have said 3:30. I've got 3:30 written down, I think. Thank you.
Good night, Mike. K6US.
Did you hear Aaron there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm still here. I was just writing 16 down. Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, just saying good night. So we'll catch you later. And Rob, remember, I know if he can hear me or not. So no big deal. K6US.
Where'd you go, Rob?
I'm rotating the antenna back to where I normally keep it.
Oh, okay. I guess could you copy Aaron?
Yeah, barely where I was. I thought he said something, but I didn't know if he was talking to you or not.
No, he was talking to you, I think. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, I was just reminding Rob that I always know if Mike can hear me or not, or if I'm down in the noise, because I'm listening to myself come back to his system right now. K6US.
I guess Rob hasn't got you. Rob, did you find him yet?
Well, I'm pointed kind of away from him, so I guess I'm getting him off the back. I heard something about him saying he can't hear my signal or something or whatever, but that's okay. I've got the Henny talk if he needs to talk to me. We got good communication there.
Well, no, he just said that he can always tell when I'm hearing him because he can hear himself coming back with very minimal delay on the first hop back to him. He's only a half a second or so behind hearing me and hearing himself through this stream here. But when it goes out and makes it through the internet, that's when it gets slowed up. All right. Good night, Rob. He said call him on the phone if you need him, Aaron. Good night.
Yep, I heard him. So he's running more power than I am. So no worries. We'll catch you tomorrow night on 1296 K6US.
How'd you enjoy my noise tonight? Wasn't that fierce?
Yeah, things are pretty noisy all over the place, and we're going back into air conditioner season, and all the air conditioners in this neighborhood make noise on 6 meters, so not looking forward to it.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, if this continues with this guy the way it is, we may have to make a trip down there. I've got precious time from Frank. He said he just got the second new inverter today. We got up and running, so we're back to almost 100% on the solar system. All 4 solar panel arrays are online. The only last problem that we've got is that one of the inverters is not talking to the other one. And one of them sees all the batteries and the other one sees no batteries. So there's some little software glitch in there, but in terms of functionality, we've got all the functions going, and the extra solar panel is on here. So for the next 2 days that are going to be cloudy, we should be perfect timing to offset the cloudiness. So anyway, that's working. It's not perfectly cleaned up yet, and some software glitches, but 95 or 90% of the repaired solar panel is working, and seems like both inverters are performing as they should be. So apparently there was something wrong with the other inverter. It's packed up. Yeah, it's packed up and ready to be sent back. But so we're getting happier campers about that. We did some water line stuff yesterday, and of course the first tee that we put in to the system on the biggest line and the most difficult one to work on, after we got it all in there, the tee cracked and it's leaking, so we're going to have to take it apart. God, it never fails. We're trying to get water down to the solar panels so we don't have to use a 300-foot hose to wash them off. I got lots of pressure down there and a nice short 50-foot or 75-foot hose, and we could do everything. But now I can't put water on the line because the fitting is cracked. One thing or another. It's a slow echoing and slower sometimes. Good night, all. K6MYC. Have a nice day. We'll see you both tomorrow.
All righty. Good night, Mike. And good night, Rob, if you can hear me. K6US.
Aaron says good night, Rob.
Yep, I hear you on the stream, Aaron.